Hey guys, it's Ben here. Just doing a quick intro here for this video. Basically, me, Richard and Rob all played some of the Back 4 Blood open beta, or well, it's closed beta right now, but soon to be open beta. That was available on just about every platform, and we had a good discussion about it on the podcast, which you can obviously check out in the YouTube channel and on various podcast providers. But I've broken it out here with some video of me playing on PC. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I certainly did. Check out our thoughts now on the Back 4 Blood beta. So the next thing I really want to talk about, we've all been playing. I was able to hook us up with some codes, baby, for the Back 4 Blood closed beta this weekend. It goes open beta next weekend, so everybody will be able to basically check this out. So basically, it's their way of saying, here's a demo. But we're going to call it a beta to get everybody to get on at the same time, because this game lives and dies by a community. You need to play with real people. As me and Richard experienced, when real people drop out and you get bots, it's not great.
Shall I just do the very short sentence?
Weren't that great either.
Well, that's true. We had some shockingly bad players on our squad last.
Shall I just do the short sentence summary of Back 4 Blood very quickly? If you like Left 4 Dead, you'll like this game.
Yes, this is almost shockingly. I was quite surprised to a degree how Left 4 Dead this was. Though really? Why would I be surprised? But at the same time, I was expecting a bit more of an evolution of the genre. But no, this is Left 4 Dead 3 in all but name. And the reason we don't have a Left 4 Dead 3 is that Valve has that and has no interest in moving forwards with Left 4 Dead as a franchise for whatever reason. So instead we have
with threes in them.
Yeah, they don't do. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, right. They don't do games with threes in them, do you? Right. Yeah, that's true. So Back 4 Blood is what we have, and I've played a lot of this. I played a bunch with Rob. I played a bunch with some randos. I've played on Xbox and PC, and I played with Richard. And obviously, as a Left 4 Dead fan, as someone who put like a crap ton of hours into those two games, this is good. This is good. Like, I am happy about Back 4 Blood. I'm very happy it's on Game Pass as well. So I would definitely be playing more. But Richard, go on, Rob.
I'm sorry.
That's right. You go.
So this game is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Without a shadow of a doubt, it exactly filled the expectation I had back when the first trailer came out, that it's just Left 4 Dead. But they're not zombies, because that would be trademark on Left 4 Dead, so they're slightly different. And you have the same sort of enemies with different names, because that's trademarkedly different. And it's just in 4K, which is exactly what this game is. And if you like that, that's amazing! Any innovation is going to come in Back 5 Blood, or whatever the sequel's going to be.
5 Blood.
I mean, so
Back 4 Blood, I don't know. If we go down
ostensibly,
furious naming.
The changes that I picked out from playing this was we got this card mechanic, which are basically you can build a deck and collect these cards from using supply points. It's all kind of, there's like 12 currencies at play here, and can be a little bit confusing, which is why another reason having a beta is good. It gives you a bit of a chance to get your head around it before the full release. But basically these cards are just modifiers, right? So they put a modifier on, they can make the game harder. You can do modifiers on enemies, which I think when we played it, Rob, we played it on the easiest setting. It was way too easy. There was no challenge, and the cards basically had no effect. I played subsequently a lot more normal and hard, and the cards then have a lot more impact on the gameplay. One for example, negative effect I saw from one of the cards or a modifier, which was like a fog had descended on the whole level. So yeah, it massively reduced visibility, which obviously had a huge impact on how hard that level was. So they are noticeable in that regard, which I thought was quite good. Obviously, positive modifiers like extra ammo, extra life, extra continues, extra stamina, that sort of thing. And obviously, so when you're playing this, you're picking a card, your squad's picking a card, so you can end up making a real interesting collection of these modifiers that will affect the game as you play through the act and stuff like that, which is cool. I like that. It's an interesting little wrinkle. It doesn't change the fundamentals of the game that much. The other thing I noticed that was a big change were the guns. So in the original Left 4 Deads, we saw, like, you start off with a crappy SMG, then you'd get the middling SMG, then you'd get the excellent SMG, right? As you progress through the act, as the difficulty ranked up, you'd get better guns. Now we have a wider selection of guns to start with, and it's much more loot based. So you have the ability to like use a shop in the safe house between the levels, between the stages, and you can then spend a currency that you can collect through the level, and also by achieving certain things on things like weapon attachments such as scopes, on things such as extra pipe bombs and other things like that, which you can then take in your loadout at the start of each level. And then throughout the level you're going to find loot, and you're going to find different guns with different attachments on it as well as you go around. I have seen everything, with all kinds of variety of weapons and stuff in this game, from really powerful shotguns to SMGs to assault rifles to spiked baseball bats and all everything in between. So I think that additional complexity to the loadouts just lends to a bit of more fun experience, that you find that kind of weapon that you get on with really well, and you can kind of like double down on that. And I thought that was a nice addition, and that added to it. But at its core, you're doing what you did in Left 4 Dead, which is going through these levels, from one safe house to another, killing lots of Riven, and killing lots of enhanced Riven, which have certain archetypes which may or may not seem familiar to you from previous game experiences.
Spoiler alert, they will feel very familiar to you.
For example, I mean, there is a slight difference. The boomer, right? Do you remember the big fat boy boomer in Left 4 Dead? He's kind of been made a bit more of a tough boy now. He certainly isn't a one-hit like explosion like he used to be. And now, I mean, when I played with Richard, like, we barely got out of the first building, and Richard had been taken out by one of these guys. It was like,
I didn't even see him. I fell into him.
Fell into him. Dead. He was dead straight away. Oh, Richard.
Mother of God, the innovation is astounding.
Oh, so cynical. I mean, to be fair to these guys at Total Rock, they did go off to try and make something innovative, which was the asymmetrical multiplayer game Evolve, and that fell flat on its face. Nobody wanted it. So I think we're back to doing what...
I want it.
Did you play it?
I never got round to it.
Well,
because
you're the problem.
Interested.
You're the problem. Had no player base, nobody played it. Killed the servers after about, 18 months?
Well, they only made a big thing about one monster. They should have announced at the start there were 3 of the fuckers.
There was loads by the end. They put DLC in, extra monster. Yeah, there was loads going on. And the Hunters thing, it was interesting. I didn't think it was that much fun to play, but it was interesting. This is definitely more fun. It's got a lot to do with its familiarity. Obviously, we understand this. You could immediately dive into this and know what you're doing. Even if you've not played Left 4 Dead, you might have played Vermintide, for example, which is the same thing. Again, but just with Warhammer characters, right?
That's why I love it.
Yeah, that's a good game too. But like, Richard, what did you feel? What vibe did you enjoy this? Are you looking forward to the full release?
Yeah, definitely psyched to play it, especially because it's Game Pass. I won't need to spend any more money on it, so what's to lose? I will definitely be playing it, and I put a hell of a lot of time into Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that it's more of the same, frankly. It's been so long since we played those games that I'm just happy that it is back. Yep. What's disappointing is that not more has been made of it in the intervening years. More than anything, visually, because it's smooth enough and it looks kind of fine. But for a game that is about horror, you kind of want it to look visually convincing, don't you? And it just doesn't. I think, particularly the enemies. The main characters look okay, but the enemies, because they're in mobs, when they start filtering in 1s, 2s and 3s, and you start to see the lack of detail and design in them, it takes away from the experience, I think. And I'm not sure why it needed to be that way. I think the technology that we've got now could push this a bit further. Rob, you said it best. I think it feels like Left 4 Dead but in 4K, and like an up-res Left 4 Dead rather than a new experience. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that they haven't reinvented it visually and taken advantage where they could have done. But fundamentally, it is Left 4 Dead and will be a fun experience, particularly with all of the extra weaponry options that we've got with it now as well.
I think the pinnacle of this experience is going to be playing with a full team of friends.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, we said the same thing, didn't we, Richard, as well, when we were playing last night? And you need to have 4 people that can communicate, that you can plan and deal with carefully these situations, especially on the harder difficulties. If you're not doing that, you're just going to get wiped out. Even on medium, when we were playing last night, Richard, we had those randos that were just terrible, like just utterly terrible people. And I mean, you were bad too. So really, the only good one was me. But
that's not far off the truth. I mean, you played it a lot. Yesterday was my first time playing it. But even if you've got people that you're playing with, if they're not speaking to you and you don't know them, that's a difference in itself, isn't it? If you see someone you don't know fall off a truck into a big pit of zombies, your instinct is not to go rescue him first thing, is it? Your instinct is, oh, bellend.
Muppet.
And that is the issue with online co-op games where you don't have parties.
So yeah, you need people that you know, and the instinct then is you want your crew to survive. And
no, the instinct is still to call them a bellend, but to go and revive them anyway.
So you go, all right, Muppet, I'm on my way. Give it a minute, Jesus.
For fuck's sake, you idiot.
Yeah, a bit of bants, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean, though?
Exactly.
The assumption is, if you don't know them, that they're rubbish at the game and it's a lost cause, you might as well leave them behind.
Well, so the hope there is because it's Game Pass, you're going to have a lot of your friends will be getting it, right? Or be able to pick it up, or at least you can suggest, hey man, you got Game Pass, like let's try it out, let's have a go, which is great. It's also cross-play enabled. So I mean, I matched in with PC players. Again, crossplay is weird. I don't know if that means we can play with PlayStation people, but we can definitely play with PC people, which is cool. Especially in co-op, you're not worried about any kind of advantageous setup there.
Exactly, it's not competitive.
So let me touch on this, right? So I played this. You're talking about fidelity, and you talked about the look of the game. I played this game on 3 platforms. I played it on Series S, Series X, and I've played it on PC. Series S and X are both enhanced, so you have to have it on the internal drive and stuff. It shows that on the icon. Now we have to consider this is a beta, this is pre-release, we don't know when this beta was finished, but all I can tell you is that the PC is a lot smoother, a lot nicer, and seems to be higher resolution, like when I was playing it, than even the Series X. So I don't know exactly what's going on. All I can tell you is when I was playing it on PC with a controller, I might add, it felt like the best of the 3. And I don't really know what's going on there behind the scenes and like what the where we're at with the console versions, but yeah, it could be that the console versions are a bit lagging behind the others. I just think everything looked, I had it all on top settings, epic or whatever they call it, and it looked and ran really nicely on PC. So yeah, I get the impression this has almost certainly primarily been developed on PC as the main platform, and that the consoles will be ports of that version that are cut down. So it'd be interesting to find out where that parity all lies. But like I said, it's crossplay, so if you have that PC option, I'll be able to come and play with you Xbox guys, for example, which is pretty sweet. So we can all play together either way. I really enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to it. I must say, for transparency's sake, this was only a beta anyway, but the codes were provided by Warner Brothers very kindly for us to check out as a group, and I'm very excited to see this game. Is it November? The main release? October, November?
Isn't it September?
September? I love it, none of us know. Google, Back 4 Blood release date, quickly.
I'm a bit busy right now.
Yeah, you've been catted. 12th of October. 12th of October.
Different.
Couple of months away. So obviously, stuff can be done with that. And I think it's fair to say as well that you mentioned the horror element, Richard. I forgot to sort of bring you up on this.
Really?
I forgot to bring you up on this. Do you remember in Left 4 Dead how scary the witch was?
Yes.
There was nothing like the witch that I came across. I mean, we were obviously only playing Act 1, but I never had that moment of, God damn it, do you remember when you all shout at each other, whatever you do, don't wake up the witch, don't wake up the witch. Because as soon as you woke up the witch, that thing would chase you down, one hit kill you, right? So you had to sneak around the witch. Now, there was nothing like that I saw in this, which was surprising. I thought that always brought an exciting element to the experience, but this was early game. This is Act 1. We might get characters more like that later on. And I also did play a little bit of the versus mode, and it was not very good because I could only for some reason find a match where it was just me and one other guy, and the other team had 4 players, and as soon as I spawned, I was killed repeatedly. So I didn't enjoy that, but hopefully that will work better upon full release. But yeah, campaign at its core, that's Left 4 Dead. Oh, did you guys like the hub? I really like the hub with the shooting range. I enjoyed that.
We had fun with that, didn't we? Chasing each other down.
Did he kill you a lot?
We killed each other a lot.
Yeah.
It was mutual killing.
Yeah, he accidentally killed me, and then that took 15 minutes for us to stop.
Kind of the same thing that happened with Richard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't accidental, was it, with Richard? You knew what you were doing at that point.
I always know what I'm doing when I'm griefing people.
Did you try to play it off like, oh, I didn't know that would team kill? I'm so sorry, let me do it again. Is that what you did?
I had a good time. But yeah, out on everything. 12th of October, I want to say. Yeah, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Yeah, everything except Switch. Yeah. So it's going to be out on everything. Yeah, worth checking out. If you Game Pass, it's obvious you're going to give this a go. But that was Back for Blood. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you find that insightful and helpful around the Back for Blood beta. Maybe it will inform you on whether or not it's worth checking out on Game Pass or making a purchase on PC or PlayStation. But while the beta is live, I definitely recommend checking out. It's been a quality experience, and there's definitely more of that Left 4 Dead magic. Once again, thanks to WB for providing these codes. I will say, give us a like and subscribe to this video. While you're at it, if you enjoy this type of discussion, check out the podcast. We are on a little bit of a break right now, but we've got plenty of back catalogue to check out. And in the intervening 4 weeks while we're off, there'll be more videos and things to enjoy on the channel here from myself and the rest of the team. So until next time, have a good one.